Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing Jaclyn Hill's Ride or Die tag. In the video that she created, she decided to show her absolute favorite makeup products from beginning to end. And so in the video, she was full-faced and decided to go ahead and just feature her products. But I decided that I would do maybe a back-to-school fall-inspired look. A lot of us are getting ready to go back to school, and I figured that this would be a good video to put up so that y'all can really start getting pumped up for fall. Fall is featuring some beautiful colors this year, some of my favorite colors for fall. There's a lot of various types of burgundy, olive green, camels, which are all fall staples. And so I decided that I would do a look today that is very fall inspired, and maybe when you start bringing out the sweaters and the scarves and the things like that, this could be a look that you could try for that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So to start off our makeup look today, I am going to be using my Ride or Die moisturizer, which as we all know is the Garnier Moisture Rescue gel cream. Now this, I have said before, is my favorite moisturizer because it goes on feeling just super soft on the skin, but also it, to me, leaves it, when it goes on, it feels very soothing because it feels kind of like a cool gel. You could actually go ahead and pop it even in the refrigerator, and every morning when you make up, just feel very rejuvenated with your moisturizer. It also has this very fresh scent, I think, which I always love any kind of fresh scent. So this has actually been my moisturizer of choice. I think this is my 4th jar of this, and I really love it. Now, this is an oldie, and I'm sure a lot of you are gonna be like, what, really? But one of my favorite all-time moisture balms for the lips was actually this one. I don't know if any of y'all have ever used this before, but this is the Avon Strawberry Lip Balm. Now these balms, usually you could find them in the little Avon catalogs for, like, gosh, depending on the time of year, you could find them for 69 cents, you could find them for 99 cents. Unfortunately, this past year, I think that they switched the formula, and to me, it is not as moisturizing, and it was such a bummer because I literally had one of these in every winter coat that I owned or sweater. I had them by my nightstand, and they were so cheap, so you could buy so many of them, but I would have rather them up to the price than change the formula like they did. And now it just feels like you're putting on glue or something. But I actually found this in one of my jackets. I thought I'd gone through them all looking for one, but no, I found it in a cosmetic case recently, and it is like brand new, and I was so excited about it. But this was one of my favorite lip moisturizers of all time. So we moisturize our lips, we moisturize our face, so we're actually going to go ahead and start off with the brows. Now I have got to say that I just recently tried the Benefit Ka-Brow, and I'm liking it, but I have to be honest with you, if I'm gonna go Ride or Die, probably one of my favorite formulas of all time for me personally, as far as my eyebrows, was the Morphe 350. And my favorite way to do this, as I've said before, it was just basically you get a flat definer brush, and I would use the 3rd color over, and I fill in my brows. This, to me, before I had really found well, when I was in search of looking for a really good eye product or eyebrow product, I made do with this particular palette, and I did what I needed to do to make sure that my brows were good. And I'm sure that this is probably not ideal for everybody. Like I say, I have been using the Benefit Brow and I really like it. At the same time, I'm starting to notice that the pomade is starting to get a little dry, and maybe it's just me, but if I am going to go for a foolproof, I know it's gonna stay, I know it's gonna look great way to do my brows, I use my 350 palette. And like I say, for a lot of you that are really just getting into makeup and maybe you don't have all these different products, or maybe your budget varies, and because it does, you try to make do. I get it, I understand. And so that was the reason that I started doing my brows like this. And honestly, I think this is probably my favorite way to do my brows. Now the only thing is that it is time consuming, but if you have the time and you're willing to do that, I think it's totally worth it. All right, so there we have our brows. Now I'm going to use my favorite brow gel of all time, which is the Anastasia brow gel. It is the clear brow gel. I have talked about this gel time and time again, and it is like eyebrow super glue. So if you have not tried this, this is one staple product that I highly recommend for you to try for sure, because it is awesome for keeping your brows exactly where you want them to be. Okay, so now I am going to pick my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. And this was actually pretty hard because I've had some that I have loved. However, this summer, this has truly been my favorite by far, which is the CoverGirl Goldens, the True Naked Goldens palette. I loved this palette all summer long. I used it almost every day. You can do it for a very simple look. You can do it for a very smoked out, dramatic look. And so today I figured that we would start working in these olive greens. Olive green is going to be huge this year. And so I thought, you know what, let's just start figuring out how we're gonna do this. I have never done a olive eye since I've been on YouTube, and so I think that that's gonna be a pretty bomb look for fall. So we're actually gonna start off with this color right here, and I'm going to use my Ride or Die blending brushes, which is the Wet n Wild blending brush. These, you can get them for 99 cents, and they are fantastic in my opinion. So I'm going to start off right here like always. This is going to be my transition shade, and I'm going to go ahead and rub it all in the crease and all over the eyelid. I get so afraid when I'm going to do a very dramatic look at how it's going to come out, because I always think, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that look off. But you know what? Today we are going to be bold and just do it. So, you know what, just go ahead and go all the way up to the brow bone to start off with an even base. I always change my mind on that last minute, but we're just gonna go for it. And I always start off with my eyes because sometimes I tend to lean on my face and I don't want my foundation to get messed up. So next, we are going to use we're going to go ahead and get a different blending brush, and this is just a Morphe brush that's in that brush set that I always tell y'all about. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with this Smokey shade, and then we're going to go over that because we're doing an olive eye. So I'm going to go ahead and just flick up like that. You can see that already. Flick that up. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can do it straight on so that y'all can see what I'm doing. It's almost like we're gonna make a wing with the shadow. We're which is pretty good already. So, and then I'm just gonna work that in the outer V. I'm really trying very hard to not be afraid to do smoky eyes anymore, because I know it's just makeup, and every time I see a dramatic eye, I'm like, wow, that's pretty awesome. But usually I shy away from it because I think, oh, maybe I can't pull that look off, and so I don't. Okay, so what do y'all think? Can y'all tell? I always feel like this looks pretty deep in the beginning, and then I go back and look at the footage and think to myself, I don't know. Okay, so now that we have done that, I'm just gonna pick a fluffy blending brush. This is, I have no idea what it is, but I am going to go over that smokiness with this deep olive green color. I have always loved olive green. To me especially, I think, first of all, I think it looks great on everybody, from the lightest of skin tones to some of the deepest of skin tones. But I think with my dark hair the way that it is, it usually really looks pretty great. If you ever want to have one of those colors and when you put it on, it just makes you, I don't know, it just makes you feel a little bit better. Because olive green can be very casual, you know, you see it in like camo and things like that, but then at the same time you see it in these fabulous sweaters and dresses. I know this year they have a lot of it going on at Express, which I actually hadn't been to Express in quite a while, and I've been venturing in there recently. Don't you ever sometimes wish that there was a like shadow gauge that could tell you, okay, you need a little bit more on that side, you know? Okay, I think with that we are good there. So now, okay, so I'm gonna use this little, it's a little flat blending brush. And so I am going to take this palette and I am going to go in with this lighter olivey green shade. And I am going to just dab that. And kind of put it towards the center. This is called the Golden's palette, so if you notice in every color, there are flecks of gold in these shadows. Oh, I just love it though. So you're just putting it in the lid and working it like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a blending brush, and all I'm gonna do is just blend like this. I didn't put anything on this brush, I'm just blending. That is all I am doing. Okay, now here in a little bit we're going to go back to our waterline. We're not going to do it right now, and now I'm going to go ahead and use my brow bone shadow of choice. This was definitely my ride or die shadow. This is CoverGirl's eyeshadow in Fade Accent, okay, and it is the prettiest, iciest kind of brow shade. And I actually have a brush. I'm trying to find it and I have no idea where it is right now. But I have a brush that seriously, it was only used with this shadow. I would not use it with any other shadow because it just sculpted perfectly to my brow bone. Oh my gracious, I'm so sad. I don't know where it went. I think this is it. Golly, I don't think it is. No. No. This is not it, because it's like, it is a eyeshadow brush by e.l.f., but it was like super short, like probably half of this. Oh my gosh. I don't know where it is, but I am just going to go like this. And trace that brow bone. What did I just do? I just totally... I stepped my brow. Yowza. Okay. But do you see that? Like, whew. Talk about define, right? Okay, and then one more time, I'm just gonna go like that, so it kind of all blends together. Now I'm actually gonna bring you in super close, because next I'm gonna go ahead and use my Ride or Die liner of choice, which is the H2O Proof by Wet n Wild in black. Ever since I discovered this eyeliner, I have never gone astray. So it has that beautiful flat little pointed tip, which is perfect for a wing. And I'm just gonna tell you, we're gonna go wing and we're gonna go hard today. We are gonna make this thing so sharp it could cut somebody today. Yep, we're gonna do it. Because if I'm like having this super bold eye, let's just do it. So, but I need a little time to work up my nerves, so. The wing is something to be scared of, it is. It's so not easy. I get like super pumped right before I'm gonna do a tutorial. And then like I totally come down the minute I start working on my eyes, because I'm like, okay, I gotta be really quiet and really still, because this could go south real quick. We don't want that. So, all right, let's go. Oh, do you see that? We're gonna fix it. Bam, I said, what did I say? I'm gonna go all out on this wing. Go big or go home, right? That's right. That's how we living. Perfection, except for my, what is it, hiccup. right there. So it's fine. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So I grab a Q-tip, and this is the only, I've told you about this before. This is the micellar cleansing water, which is also a ride or die, which is the only stuff that is going to take off this liner, because seriously, it won't go anywhere. So what I do is I usually like go like that so that the tip will get like super saturated. And I just twist around. We're gonna lose all that shadow. What I do when you gotta make sure that you dab on that so that it is not feeling oily. And all we're gonna do, this is actually gonna be pretty easy, is we're gonna take whatever residue we have on those brushes and blend. I'm sorry. But you just use the residue of whatever you had on the brushes. You just blend. See? And all that you had on there before comes right back. Ta-da! Fixed. Okay, so look at that. So next I am going to use my Ride or Die eyelash, which are the Demi Wispies. So I'm gonna put those up right here for you. Let's see. Look at that, aren't those beautiful? My favorite part is the fact that when you start in the middle, they taper out and they get wispier and longer. Love, just love. So my Ride or Die glue, and there is a Ride or Die glue, yes there is. I have actually tried other glues, and to be honest with you, this is the one that is the most, to me it's the most dependable by far, is the Duo lash glue, that dark tint, or the dark tone with the pink. I love this glue because it's easy to clean up your lashes once you're done with them. I like the fact that it dries dark tone. I have actually tried a glue that was a pricier glue, and it was actually highly recommended. But the one thing that I noticed about that particular glue, and it had a wand, okay, so it was very easy to apply, but the only problem was that when I would take it off, there were chunks and chunks of that glue, and I couldn't get it off. Like, I don't know if that brand has a particular something to take off their lash glue, but it was a nightmare. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna like lose my natural lashes, and we don't want that. So I just went back to my Duo, and I love it. I don't know why I went astray anyways. I just kind of had hoped that there was one that was maybe a little bit stronger, and I like the idea of a wand application, but this is what we have, and it works very well. So stick that one on, just leave it sitting there. Stick that one on. Once it's tacky, it won't go anywhere. Lash is done. Now we are going to go with my, foundation of choice. And I am pretty serious about Milani's Conceal and Perfect, but I feel like I need a shade darker. And so I went to one. This is actually my second bottle of this foundation, and I really love it. I fell back in love with it a couple weeks ago, and it is the Born This Way by Too Faced. This particular foundation, I feel had a little bit of a different formula when it was in that old bottle that almost looked like a perfume, like an old perfume bottle. It was so adorable. I love the bottle. But they changed it to this, and so I use 1 full pump of this particular foundation with my Ride or Die foundation brush, which is the Morphe foundation brush that is in that brush set that I tell y'all about time and time again. When I do a full pump, I dab it all over the face, and I actually go ahead and just go on the neck so that everything will blend well. Circles and push. The one thing that I like about this one is, I'm not sure why, but when I try to spread out the Milani, I feel sometimes like it doesn't go on really all that great on my forehead, and this one does. So next, I don't even think I really need to tell you, but my Ride or Die is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Coverage Complete Concealer. This is my favorite concealer of all time. I actually really am wanting to try the, I think it's a pink of this one. You know how they have those tinted colors that came out? But I really want to try the pink because the pink is said to cover dark spots, and y'all know how I feel about those sunspots on my, like right here. I can't even really see them after the foundation, but actually I'm sorry, they're right here. Anyways, but I really want to try the pink one because it is said to remove, cover the dark spots, and I really want to try it. So maybe if you have tried that pink stick, you can, or that's not a stick, it's the Naked Skin, you can let me know how it goes. Now, my Ride or Die, I only have 2 of them. I don't even know where the 3rd one went. I didn't use it very much, but Smashbox, this is so sad, right? Smashbox came out with these sticks, and there's the one that is contour, there's one that's a little bit like a bronzer, and then there's the highlight. So I love this stick because I love cream bronzers. Like everybody now is using the just a different color concealer, and actually I think this one's the bronzer, but yeah, it is the bronzer because I ran out of the contour like first, but we're gonna use it. But I have bought these sticks I think like 3 times, and then they have, this is the highlighter, and so what I would do is just do like that. And I really love these because it was the very first time that I'd ever used a cream contour, and they're fabulous. The colors were so perfect, and I am a huge fan of these. But at the time, this was probably at the beginning of me really hitting the Sephora scene and all that. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, it's like there's like 3 sticks and it's like $42, and I thought, what? Like, no way. But they're pretty good, I won't lie. So I'm using the, I think it's like a contouring, my hair is like everywhere. The contouring brush that's out of that same $49.99 brush set that you can buy. So, or morphecosmetics.com. But there's that. And then of course to set all this, the Ride or Die. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette with the brush. And you have to buy them separately, but I love Subconscious. Like, I'm waiting for her to come out with these individually, but when I got those Smashbox sticks, oh, I fell in love with them. But at the same time, you know, or that when you are using a cream contour, you need to make sure that you set it with a powder, otherwise it is going to move everywhere and you do not want that. So we go over it, and then I always set, I didn't set it right away today, but just, I always usually set, especially when I first got it, it's the first color I hit pan on, which was that light orangey shade, is what I would set my under eye with. And then I'll go to this one right here. And I set that highlight. And then I hit that middle color, which is Shadow Play. So the next thing is going to be the Ride or Die blush, which actually comes out of the Tarteist palette. And one of my favorite blushes, this has to be one of my favorite blushes of all time, is the color Love, which is that color right there. And I use my favorite blush brush, which is the Wet n Wild blush brush. And so I usually just go along the sides like that. And then I use the Becca and Jaclyn Hill, this was the Champagne Glow palette. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, these colors right here are the ones that are my perfect combo. And I would do Opal and Champagne Pop, and I would hit the highlight areas. These are my favorite. This was like, for sure, my combo of choice. You see that? And I always do a little bit of the just opal. No, I do a little bit of the opal right there in your Cupid's bow. And there we go. So now I am going to line my lips using my Ride or Die for sure, which is the Jordana Easy Liner. And I use this in Rock and Rose. Rock and Rose has been my favorite for years and years. And these are super inexpensive. You can get these at Walgreens for $1.99. And I love them. This right here, I use Rock and Rose because it is the closest color to my natural lip color. And to finish me off, and I hope I have it here. Actually, I do. My lip of choice is the NYX Soft Cream Lip, Soft Matte Lip Cream in Thames. I love, love, love this color. Again, this is to me a very, looks very natural. It looks like my natural lip color a little bit better. And so I put that on, and then usually I will throw on a gloss over it. And my gloss of choice is going to be Revlon's Supernatural 215 gloss. Ride or Die, Ride or Die, Ride or Die. I love it. So we've done all that, and now to my second to last step. Okay, let's just take a moment. The L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. Okay, This is definitely one of my, well, no, sorry. This is my favorite mascara of all time. This is a fresh tube, and I usually just put on a little bit underneath the lashes because it is the best mascara. I have used several different brands of mascara, and I know that everybody has their pick, but to me this gives you the fullest, best looking lashes, no doubt, for sure, hands down. For the price, this is like, I think at Walmart you can get it for $5.87 or something like that, and this is just perfection. It really is. And so to finish me off, my I have gone back and forth between two different setting sprays, and when push comes to shove, I guess I really have got to stick with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. I've used Urban Decay, and I'll be the first one to tell you that this Wet n Wild doesn't smell so hot. It really doesn't. However, it works just as well. And if it works just as well, I say go for, you know, the more economical. Now, for those of you who have been watching my channel for quite a while, this is my natural hair. Like, when it dries, this is what it looks like. And so I felt, even though, you know, in this tag it's not makeup oriented, I love the Suave Keratin Infusion Heat Defense Leave-In Conditioner. For those of you that have naturally curly hair, what I do is I squeeze about that much out in my palms when I get out of the shower, or usually when my hair is pretty much dry like this, and I just run it through here. I don't put anything else on it. If I can avoid putting anything in my hair, I do. I don't use any kind of products if I can. And, you know, some days that'll work, some days that's not going to work because, you know, your hair doesn't always behave itself like it's supposed to. And so I just get this, and usually when it's about halfway dry, I would say, is probably when it really comes out the best. But I will just do like this and finger comb my hair like that, and there I am. Like, I don't know why when I was younger I would spend so much time flat ironing and doing all this stuff to my hair when I could have just done that and I probably would have had a lot more life in my hair than I do now. So alright guys, that is my finished final favorite ride or die makeup products of all time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks to Jaclyn Hill for putting the tag out there for all of us to do, because I think it's really cool when us girls can definitely share our favorite products, because it kind of gives you an idea of some different things that you can try. Or, you know, for some of you, you know what, that is what I love. Why do I keep switching back and forth? But because I guess we're girls and we just like to try everything. So thanks so much for watching. For those of you that are new to my channel, thank you for joining me. Please do hit that red subscribe button down below. And if you're on a mobile device, you can hit the bell as well, and it'll give you notifications every single time I upload new videos. And below I also have listed all of my socials, so definitely follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.